Hello, I'm Sophie Scott. Welcome to Healthwatch. Heart surgery seems miraculous enough as it is, but now even more so. A new kind of robotic surgery means doctors don't even have to be in the operating theatre. And for the first time, the technique is being used on patients with a common heart condition. Nick Parsons was diagnosed with atrial fibrillation 5 years ago. The electrical impulses of his heart weren't regular, giving him a rapid heartbeat.
I went for a run on the beach one morning and my heart started to race, and it was something totally new to me. I sort of ran out of power.
When his heart medication stopped working, doctors decided to try surgery. He's one of the first patients to undergo atrial fibrillation surgery using a new kind of robotic technology.
Well, this is the first robotic system specifically designed and used for the treatment of cardiac rhythm problems in Australia and indeed the whole of the Asia-Pacific region.
A catheter with a heated tip is inserted into the heart to disconnect the veins which are sending the irregular impulses. By gently moving the joystick, surgeons can move around a 3D image of the heart. The 62-year-old says he's confident about letting a machine do the operation.
In fact, it's probably better that it's done robotically in some cases because this has to be a very accurately done procedure. And I think the machine may well be steadier than the doctor's hand, to be honest.
It reduces the X-ray exposure associated with the manual technique by about 80% for the operator and about 50% for the patients. And that in itself is a major breakthrough.
Robotic surgery has already been used for other heart procedures with a high success rate. Nick Parsons is hoping for the same good result. There's new hope for tens of thousands of Australians who suffer from celiac disease. Researchers have worked out exactly what makes gluten toxic to celiac sufferers and say a treatment will follow. As Kirsten Vaness reports, it promises to free them from restrictive gluten-free diets.
It's clear 3-year-old Honey Bartholomew loves her food, but when she was 17 months old, it was making her very sick.
We just watched this gorgeous little girl go downhill. She'd stopped crawling, she couldn't sit up anymore, so her development just stopped dead in its tracks.
She was diagnosed with celiac disease and placed on a strict gluten-free diet, cutting out wheat, rye and barley. It's believed 200,000 Australians have the condition, which means when they eat gluten, their immune system attacks the lining of the small intestine.
There's still significant damage in the intestine even 5 years after going on a gluten-free diet, so we need more.
Researchers in Australia and the UK have now singled out the 3 protein fragments in gluten that are harmful to sufferers of celiac disease.
Scientists have been trying to identify the toxic components of gluten ever since they discovered it caused the disease 60 years ago. They say this latest discovery is the holy grail of celiac disease research.
The potential we now have is to go on and make a drug, and that is very rare in research today.
Scientists have already finished the first phase of trials for a drug that aims to desensitise celiac disease sufferers to the toxic effects of gluten. Dr. Anderson says a drug for the disease could be 7 years away.
And finally, new research shows that babies whose mothers shower them with affection are better at coping with stress as they get older. Nurturing and warmth in early life had long-lasting positive effects on mental health well into adulthood. That's all for Healthwatch. See you next week.